Okay, chat. Let's figure this out. What is happening with Zillow? Go to your chat.
My name's Zeo, and I did not want to make this video, but since it does potentially impact the future of the channel, I owe it to you guys. So what exactly happened? Well, some of you who have known me for a while know that I have been playing on the Japanese PSO2 servers.
Maybe we
on
haven't
and
done
off
played with
pretty much
Zillow
since day one, even back in closed beta. Well, as of this morning, game over. Yeah, that's right. I caught the dreaded 816. So, how did we get here exactly? Well, one day I uploaded a YouTube short as a parody of other content creators who get sponsored by companies who make certain security software. And with certain security software, you can do a number of things with that. It was pretty innocuous, but apparently someone at SEGA didn't feel the same way. Well, apparently, in tandem with the ban, that video caught a copyright strike. I have since taken the video down, but the strike stays there for 90 days. So, in order to get that off, I had to watch this cringe-ass video about copyright called Copyright School. Oh my goodness, I am just a confluence of emotions right now. I don't know, man. On the one hand, yeah, this sucks ass. But on the other hand, yeah, I get it. I get it. You know, they see shit like that, they have to act on it. So, where do we go from here? Is this goodbye? Well, not necessarily. Could I just play on global? Well, yes, that is an option. But question is, would I even want to retrace those steps?
Yeah. Would that been 3+
would
shields?
I even want to continue supporting a company that has been notorious for treating its foreign user base like second-class citizens?
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not the first ones to do that sort of thing. They have been the most flagrant over the past decades.
See, Chad, I'm not the only one that kind of got that opinion a little bit, but by the way, for anyone who not aware, technically what outside of the copyright appeal is, I do agree with the statement they put at the bottom of the screen, like, yeah, this obviously was, not technically a coincidence, obviously, but for anyone who not aware, PSO, my account originally got banned for like, not similar reason like that. Mine got banned because I played JP for like a couple of days and then use VPN, and I did not know. But after I got banned on JP, which for me I didn't really care because global were coming out in like less than like a week or two, so it was fine. It was not more than testing the water to see if I wanted to make content about PSO. But with that being said, is after looking into that, it's a very common thing that SEGA was very much against anybody outside of Japan or the region that we released at the time of playing it, which in return it was the VPN stuff came in, and like anyone we did JP quote beta for NGS still had to do a VPN. The only difference is I couldn't make an account at all. Well, PSO2, you could make an account without a VPN. You had to jump through a lot of steps, but it was doable. But, in time, for me at least, they will like, oh, you don't live in Japan, ban. So yeah, like SEGA Japan, for whatever reason, they've been one of them things that I don't know if this ever was, I get now we have a precedent here for that, if anything. But I know originally the reason why you didn't see a lot of PSO content before Global came out was mainly because the people who were playing JP, which I know a lot of quote-unquote Gen 1 content creator for PSO, did play JP in one way or another. And the main reason they didn't make content about it was because it was a feel that if they made content, they would see name a character, real light the person making the content don't live in Japan, and then ban them. And, well, here we are with precedent here. The thing that seemed very odd about this situation, and also very much, like, honestly, if Zero would have just got banned, personally, like I said, we will get back to the Wesley story, but if he got banned, that probably would have been one thing. Because, just, caught up eventually, because let's be honest, VPN was no guaranteed. But yeah, I'm with him on like a little bit on the timing there, that literally he did a Japanese or have a Japanese character, made a video about it, and then obviously someone saw that video and then literally did what people thought Sega would do forever back in the day, and quote check, and was like, oh, you don't live in America, you're using a VPN. Oh, you made it content which may or may not been to the liking, or maybe it's just someone being overly ban happy here, of taking the time to research that, of trying to figure out like, wait, it is a VPN account, which it was. So like, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to do to ban someone, which in return, obviously, someone at Sega did it. I believe it is against the terms of service. But, there are a lot of things that happen with content creation and video games as a whole that is, like, super gray, and sometimes any start getting in terms of service areas that, some company will turn a blind eye to, well, they absolutely have to do something. So, this is Sega right to do this. It just, at the same time, is... Yeah, it seems, I get the way to put it is, it feels very, very Pacific, and I think that honestly probably what made this a lot worse. Yeah, that whole thing, why region locking the game, that is like my question at that point. This is the thing, because like I said, too, I saw, like, cause like I said, I haven't seen that video before now, but I saw Zio going on about it on Twitter earlier. That was like my whole thing. Like, people talked about it being a thing, but I never saw it or seen anybody who actually would done it to now. And you would think, honestly, like after Global came out, that would be like one of them cases of like, when they just lift that. Like, don't get me wrong, it like, obviously not making 100% region free because of how accounts are set up for JP. I can't vouch for NGS nowadays, but I know like PSO back in the day, you had to go to a standalone client that you had to download from Sega website. But yeah, it seemed like one of them things of like, one of them archaic rules that you would think would have been updated, or just, once again, turn a blind eye to, you would think, especially since it's out on everything. The only thing I can think of why it wouldn't be region free outside of Sega, not updating the term of service or that type of stuff, would maybe start getting into the whole license agreement of like certain crossover in PSO2, such as like Evangelion, Godzilla, Final Fantasy 14, the Nintendo crossovers, like all the random crossover that JP got over the year, not counting on crossover with like fashion brands and stuff in Japan. Maybe that there was a thing. Well, they never got a license for that to be outside of Japan, and the license still holds up. Well, like, if they did lift it, maybe, that would give certain company the right to be like, hey, you broke our contract, we suing you, Sega. That's the only thing I can think of why, at that point, they didn't just, like, lift the region lock at that point. Or Leak kept it just being like, okay, you're a VPN and we just not going to pay attention to you. I don't know if anyone at Sega can answer that. I'd be interested to know, but I'm pretty sure it probably got something to do with, like, them licensees, so. But yeah, like, this is obviously, Like this very much feels or have the same vibe of what what Nintendo been doing with like Zelda mod recently to some content creators. And it honestly not like once again Sega Japan, but I'm pretty sure at least Sega US know who Zeo is. Like let's be honest, Zeo is like the bet channel for like lore stuff, because what is Zeo at right now? A little over 2,000 like subs, so pretty much on par with the rest of us. And like but Idiot Global probably know who Zero is. Obviously, Japan don't care because it's not like you've been a behind closed door secret that he had played on JP forever. Like pretty much everyone in the community know he played on JP. Same thing for like King Cosmos back in the day. I don't know if King Cosmos still play on JP or not, but I know for the longest time like King Cosmos was as well. So I guess watch out, Cosmos, just in case, I guess, at that point. But yeah, like yeah, they've been a thing about Sega in general, they'll play. Like Sega always been like very band happy for PSO. Like don't forget, like we got that, we had the whole screenshot issues back in the day. We had the whole role playing or erotic role playing stuff. We had the whole thing where they literally during a headline stream told people like, yeah, if you see someone idling outside the city, report them to get them banned. Which with like and a whole thing, like PSO have always had like random bans coming out of nowhere that don't make any sense. Like you can kind of make it stop making sense, but at the same time, it still like don't make it any less like dumb. But then again, we also talking about a company who like a decade ago went around copyrighting, striking people for any mentioning one of them game by name, to the point of almost getting a whole bunch of YouTubers shut down. Like I was talking to Sam about this earlier today. Like that happened with like Total Biscuit back in the day. Well, like Total Biscuit and Sega had a whole bat at one point because of Shiny forked up. So if you ever interested in that whole shenanigan, look up Sega Shining Force on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure you will find hundreds of videos going into that whole hullabaloo. Which once again, it's all come back to like, I feel like there's a very on par for a lot of Japanese companies. Because like I said, it's not just a Sega thing. Like Nintendo literally doing the same shit right now. But yeah, because the thing to keep in mind is when it comes to a Japanese company, it like they don't have like the same type of copyright law we do here in America. So because of that, is like who knows? At some point, maybe we will watch it tonight. Like I highly recommend, if you want an example of that, I highly recommend looking up beat 'em ups podcast. What is it? I think it. Nintendo Don't Podcast or something. I think is the name of his podcast. Go look up the podcast he did with 2X Nintendo Treehouse PR and also like community manager stuff. Like he had 2X Nintendo employees on, like going into detail about a lot of the stuff of just how Japan, like with the way them copyrights are and how they don't comprehend content creators, or like why anybody would want to hear people talking about video games. Like they don't comprehend a lot of that because of how Japan is. So it's like, this is not surprising at all that, stuff like that would happen. But yeah, I highly recommend looking into that podcast. That podcast was like, man, some of the stuff is like, I knew personally, but some of it just like, wow, just having verification as someone more on the inside that literally worked for Nintendo Japan, and like, that kind of eyesight there. And also, like I said, this is not just Nintendo, this is not just Sega. There are a lot of Japanese companies like this. It literally, the best way to describe it, when you are dealing with any, if you make any type of content online and you go any will-nil Japanese products at all, it don't matter what it is, no matter how much you love like Capcom or Square Enix, it doesn't matter. Any if they are a little bit better, especially Capcom is a little bit better. But nonetheless, like dealing with Japanese company as a whole, it's very much like walking on eggshells, like constantly. So yeah, that is a whole thing with like Japan and covering them games. Oh, every company been sued a handful of times, but so
People have suggested appealing it, but yeah, their case is pretty much airtight.
yeah, and
I don't really have a
appealing
leg
it
to
could
stand
make your account
I
way
also
worse.
owe you guys an apology for even putting myself in this position in the first place. I am really sorry about that. I love doing this stuff. I love putting out videos and streaming for you guys. You guys have blessed me beyond measure, perhaps more than I deserve. And for that, you have my heartfelt thanks. So, what does this mean in the immediate future? I'm not sure yet. I'm in the process of weighing my options here. But rest assured, you haven't seen the last of me. I definitely want to try out creative spaces and see what that's all about. But getting all that shit back, oh my god.
Yeah,
my character on JP was pretty well decked out. Oh man, that part alone is gonna suck. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, it's their game. They can decide who can be on there and who can't. Still doesn't suck any less. Now, if you're going to roll up in the comments section and be like, oh, he got what he deserved, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. I don't want your follow. I don't want your sub. I don't even want your view.
I can't comment on that, Joe.
Just fuck right off. So, for all of you that are still here, thank you. I really mean that. Your continued love and support has always meant the world to me. And once again, I'm sorry for putting myself
Don't forget
in this
that also a whole
position to
nother
where
hoop.
I can't do this.
You know, jumping through the bite up in JP.
There it is. Once again, thank you so much for the continued support. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you're having a better day than I am. And remember, to thine own self be true. Until next time, farewell.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, here you go, chat. Hopefully, because, yeah, at that point, because the thing is, I felt like appealing, and trying to get it fit, also as well, being one of them cases of, when it comes to appealing, especially copyright strikes, and then on top of that, especially since this is obviously, like, YouTube video plus JP plus ban, and it's not just JP ban, because, you know, the whole copyright and ban at the same time. Like, at that point, that is so specific to the point, like, my biggest worry would be, you know, for Zero here, is, like, if they actually, like, try to fight that, there is a good chance, cause once again, you know, SEGA here, it's a very good chance that, you know, they could just be like, okay, we're just going to find, like, you know, 2 more videos, 3 more videos, 10 more videos, and just copyright all of them and just kill the whole channel. So, that kind of like the sad part here, like, because, you know, copyright claims is one thing, because, you know, copyright claim is like, oh, you lose your money, they take your money, you can fight it. Worst case scenario is, you know, they wait to the possibly last day, which is 30 days, and then release it, and then, you know, you can start making money again and hope you can make money again off that video. But, like, once you start getting into, like, copyright strike stuff, and especially of this type, it's like the biggest worry there would be, like, you know, what exactly will stop SEGA, or any company for that matter, from just being like, okay, do it again. And, like, which, you know, what going on with, like, the Nintendo side of what they've been doing to content creator, like, striking people twice and being like, hey, don't you dare talk to us again or you gone. who knows, Sega will even be that generous. So yeah, sadly, the best course of action here is, like, for the future of the channel, would be, honestly, would be, like, you just take the hit, let it file in 90 days, and then, you know, hope you can get your kiltle built back up semi-quick. But yeah, like, because literally Zero been around pretty much, what, I'm pretty sure, like, almost in, you know, day one PSO2, if not before that. So, man, yeah, that is a whole thing. Especially depending on how invested, you know, Zero is in bait PSO, or invested in, like, certain cosmetics and stuff that, not even counting, like, certain cosmetics you can't get anymore. Might it be because not around, or because, you know, they never came to America. So yeah, hopefully on the upside, hopefully he didn't spend any kind of money or went through any of the hoop to, you know, buy like Japanese gift cards or something to spend money. Hopefully that is not a thing. But I have honestly no idea. Like, we have never had a discussion about that I can remember anyway. So yeah, I guess it just shows the original talk, like literally like 3 years ago, of people being like, yeah, if you don't have a VPN, you're gonna get banned. And well alive into this day. So yeah, for any of you guys who might be playing on JP, be careful, chat. And hope you don't make accidentally a video that, like, kind of catch the eye of somebody that is, you know, manually doing the claims in Japan. But nonetheless, hopefully everything go good, and Zeo can be back, cause especially now, and even more so now, as we are starting to get, like, full-on lore stuff, you know, stuff happening. Because I actually looking pretty forward to some Zero upcoming video, especially now that we know what's going on in New Genesis. But yeah, be sure to go give Zero some love, chat. Here you go. Did I copy it? Yes, I did copy. Hang on. Here you go, chat. Also, I highly recommend Zero channel if any of you are interested in, like, very much, like, Phantasy Star or PSO, like, lore in general. I highly recommend his channel.